A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back on board the beautiful Holland America Amsterdam. My name is Simon. I'm your art concierge here on board. Did everybody have a fun afternoon? That's the number one question. Awesome. You had a beautiful day here on Cozumel in Mexico. The weather was absolutely stunning. So what we're going to do this afternoon, folks, is I'm going to take you through a quick seminar, about 45 minutes, on the medium of photography. Now, over the next 7 days, I'm going to be doing lots of seminars, lots of trivias and exhibitions, etc. Now, I work for a company that is called ArtLink, and they do the art program here on board with Holland America. And the first thing you need to know is we don't do auctions anymore. So, obviously, all of the art is still for sale, and we have many different ways of extracting your money from you, as any of you who have ever been on a cruise before will know. And but everybody comes up to me and they always ask me, they're like, look, is this for sale, is that for sale? Yes, it's all for sale. The only difference now is we don't do the auctions. But so what I'm going to do, I'm going to be upfront with you. Every time I do a seminar or every time I do a trivia, I am going to have what I like to call the concierge special for that afternoon. And the great thing about it is I'm going to be featuring one artist every time I do a seminar, etc., that I feel is a very special buy. Now, obviously, you don't have to buy it. There's no pressure here at all. It's going to be a one-off deal per cruise. So, does that make sense? So basically, every time I do a seminar, at the end of this one, I'm going to have a featured artist, and I'm going to have a special deal that you can get today and today only. Now obviously you can buy this artist anytime during the cruise, as with any of our art, but today there's going to be a special deal. Does that sound fair? Okay, perfect. Alright folks, today, like I said, we're going to be doing the medium of photography, and we're going to be featuring about 5 artists today. But the first artist I would like to talk about is a lady by the name of Javiera Estrada. Now she's actually local. What I mean by local is she is a Mexican-born artist, currently living in Los Angeles. But she was born in Acapulco, Mexico in 1981, so she's quite young, and given her age, she has actually won many awards and has got many famous celebrity purchasers of her art, from Dr. Dre to Ricky Lake and many others. So she is a young up-and-coming artist, and like I said, she has won multiple awards. Now, this is my featured artist today, and why is she my featured artist? Because I love her work. Now, I've got a couple of examples here, but the series that I love and that I'm going to show you today is called The Pillars of Creation. Now, with this artwork, and I've got a couple of examples here for you, but with this artwork, it is just, you can tell as well that she's kind of a Mexican artist, or reaches into her heritage and her roots because of the explosion of colors that you can see. Now, I'm just going to give you one example here. How she does this, folks, is absolutely amazing, but you can just see, if you've, as you said, if you've just been to Cozumel, you will see the beautiful colors that are on the buildings and the water, and the multitude of bright, vibrant colors. And you can see here that she is using these same bright, vibrant colors. Now, how does she do it? It's very simple, folks. She basically saw a picture taken from the Hubble Space Telescope, and so she has imagined all of these pieces of art and photography as kind of like explosions in the cosmos, gaseous explosions and whatever. And how she's created it is by simply using ink. Well, I say simply, it's not simple at all. But she uses ink, and she drops various colors of ink, and it flows down through the water, as you can see here. Now, for me, and the reason I'm featuring this artist, there's a couple of reasons, but number one, I love the colors. The colors are just exploding onto the paper, and you can see her uses of pink and greens and yellows, and they're absolutely stunning. This is one of the series of Pillars of Creation. This is another one right here, and again, her you can see how she's taken the image in her head of how the gas explosions in space would actually happen and recreated them beautifully through here. Now for me, some of these actually look like inner space as well. And what do I mean by inner space? Underwater, you know. You can see like very deep down in the ocean maybe that these incredible kind of structures, as it were, would survive under the ocean too. Now, this, again, kind of an underwater piece, you know, what I would consider to be underwater. It's absolutely stunning, and like I said, the reason I love her is because of her vibrant use of those colors, those greens, those blues, those yellows, and they just explode onto the page. Now, folks, with Javiera, I actually have bought a couple of these pieces. Why? Because, like I said, I have a house in Vancouver. I also have one in Mexico, and her artwork actually adorns many of my rooms in my house in Cozumel. Because again, my house in Cozumel is kind of like that brightly beautiful color with the blues and the yellows and what have you. And these inside, they're just so bright and so beautiful. So the reason I'm using Javiera today as my featured artist is because she has got this series, The Pillars of Creation. And so, like I said, with art, it's very personal. Art is personal. I can't tell you what you like. You know, if you go back to the greats, to Picasso, Chagall, Miro, Matisse, excuse me, David, Rembrandt, people like what they like. I mean, somebody will be absolutely crazy about Picasso and somebody will hate Picasso. Somebody will be crazy about Miro, somebody will hate Miro. It's very, very personal. So I can't tell you if you like this or not, and I can't tell you that this would look great in your home. And again, it's your home. Nobody can tell you what will fit in your home other than you. You know, it depends on the size, it depends on the brightness of the room, it depends on a lot of things. All I can tell you is with this artist, for me, because of her use of colors and her use of where that actually came from, that those images came from, how she imagined getting there, I absolutely love it. So we're going to be moving on to our next artist in a second, but like I said, I'm going to feature something every single time I do a seminar, and this is my featured artist today. Her name is Javiera, and remember, anytime you buy any of our artists here, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are up and coming. You know, they're young artists, so obviously any purchases you make support them, which is lovely. But more importantly, just imagine if you could buy a Picasso when Picasso was just starting out. You know, it wouldn't cost you that much, and now think about what you have. Now, I'm not saying that Javiera is the next Picasso, of course not. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes when you buy artists young, you get them a lot less expensive than they might be in the future, especially if they've got, you know, celebrity buyers, you know, like Dr. Dre, Ricky Lake, etc. But more importantly, buy it because you like it. So what I'm going to do today, folks, each portrait of the series costs $500 each, but what I'm going to do, I can actually, my special for today, as I said, the concierge special, is I can give you this series of 6 prints, and instead of charging $500 each, which would make a total purchase of $3,000, I'm actually, today's special, and it's today only, I can let you have all of these for $2,000 for the entire series, which is a phenomenal deal. Now again, there's no pressure here, we don't do auctions, this is just, like I said, I'm going to do a deal every single time we do a seminar. I love Javiera. I think, you know, with the colors and whatever, they go very well in different rooms, especially bathrooms. I have at least 2 of these in my bathroom in Cozumel. So folks, look, here's the deal. When we go on vacation, what do we go on vacation for? You know, people have very many different ways of explaining why they go on vacation, but the bottom line is, for me, it's for memories, you know. And what a better way of kind of memorizing your time in Cancun, in Cozumel, by getting something from a local artist, a local Mexican artist who was born in Acapulco, but who basically uses the colors of the local, you know, Mexican culture in her prints, and they're absolutely stunning as well. So like I said, today you can get that entire series for just $2,000. That is my special for today. But remember, every time you come to one of our seminars, we're going to be having a different special every time. But just to recap, Javiera Estrada, currently living in Los Angeles. She is a Mexican-born artist, and again, I just ask you to take a look at these colors and the way she has imagined these dreamlike qualities coming from just a single picture from the Hubble Space Telescope. For me, these are one of the best series of photographs that I have ever seen. Maybe you agree with me, maybe not. That is entirely up to you. It's all personal. But there's a fantastic deal on Javiera today. However, we do have 4 other artists to discuss today. So that being said, I will leave that in your mind to think about. We've got still got another 4 artists to go. But ladies and gentlemen, for now, let's move on to our next artist. Thank you so much.